Okay, so this is just a little demonstration on how to approach the first question. Just quickly share my screen here. Okay, with your when it comes or with when it comes to understanding and obviously executing and putting something together for the first question. You know the brief. You've gone through the brief. Obviously, there's a video that I've uploaded as well for you to understand the brief. But I really obviously I would want nothing less but for you to do really well, and again to see you next year for Radio 3. But let's do well. I aim to do well. Obviously, just call me 0726435502. You know you have my number on WhatsApp, and then we can set up a bit of a consultation session. I say so if you have any questions particularly about understanding any one of these three major questions, the main questions, one, two, or three. In their son, please let me know. But also to more than likely pass your work, well, have your work passed, by me. Okay. All right. So this is about writing a content piece. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these. Obviously, you are familiar with the unpopular opinions that we've suggested as ways to kind of springboard. I was going to say springbok off. Well, why not? We're on is there. But you will springboard an idea, and then you will write a full-bodied link, right? A content piece that establishes the premise, right? Shows conflict, all right? So embraces the glum and then resolves the conflict, right? So I've said this before that these are just the rules are guidelines. So again, when I say guidelines, you won't be marked on applying the rules like exactly. So one, two, three, four. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the more because it will, I mean, it will take care of this. So what you understand from the hook, the crumbs, the dress up, and the payoff, as well as the black card, right? Resolving that conflict. Let's just quickly talk a little bit about establishing like a premise. So kind of like giving us an indication, giving the listener an indication of like what's happening right now. Let's start this off. Let's tell everyone what it is that we're about to talk about, right? Showing conflict is about really, why we talk about certain things or anything on radio is to be able to share knowledge and share awareness about different ways that you can perceive or, maybe re-educate yourself around the world, the world around you. That so we will, put forward a couple of facts, because opinion comes from fact. We as broadcasters want to share our own opinions when it does come into, what it is that we present to a listener. It's very important that we do this because otherwise anyone and everyone can do it. Obviously, the way that we do it as well is super important. That we execute with obviously great passion, obviously by and presence, and I'll execute the link for you once, let's say, I'm done with this. I want to kind of keep it short as well. So when I say short, the link mustn't carry on for too long. I want to keep in mind that I am looking at my particular demographic here, a 30 to 35-year-old urban woman. So we're looking at a predominantly, obviously, black female audience that is definitely working, earning quite a bit of money or enough money, let's say anything between 20 and perhaps even 50,000, at this age. So metropolitan urban woman. So we're looking ideally at probably a conversation that is set towards attracting or appealing to a kaya audience, right? So that would be what we'd like to angle these particular, spin-offs that would come from any one of these decisions here. All right. So what I decided to do is this one kind of interested me, a baby crying, a baby crying on public transport. I laugh at myself all the time. It's fine. It's not funny. It will never be as annoying as someone in the next seat complaining about it, right? So we can really bring, you don't, again, I'm going to say to you, like, look, it's a topic starter, right? So if you take that and you lead to something a little bit more rich, something that has a little bit more substance, I would like that even more for you as well. Right. So we want something that definitely appeals again to this audience. What I then did is, so I'm going to be switching back and forth between certain screens so that you can see what I'm doing. Stop the share here. Obviously, I've got my Word document open here. And I am going to go to the net. Where did I put that? Where is this? What is here? One second, let me just put this here. Oh, there it is, man. Anyway, it's on my web. Okay, so it's just on my mail. I made sure that I just because I came across this yesterday and I thought, okay, this is very cool. I just didn't have it open. It's going to be a bit slow, just because of all these apps that are currently running. Excuse me for that. So I came across a really cool article. What I did is I went to go type in, you know, uh, appearance versus what they have to deal with in terms of like what people say and how they keep saying, or people say how they should be parenting. Parenting, I'm not a parent, but I don't have to be a parent to understand how very difficult it is to raise a child, particularly these days, because it's very complex. There's a lot of solutions and a lot of, how to do's and a lot of information that is out there. There are child psychologists saying this, and there are, you know, um, whatever it is, other professional parents and saying this, and again, different sectors that are offering us a lot of information. And as a parent, at any one time, you are also just winging it. You wing it. But the thing is that the culture of this day and age dictates to you, dictates to you as a person, basically. Everyone feels the pressure of the outside world and all the opinions and all the comments and all the input that we get just from our everyday lives, on how to be and be present and what social media account to have and what you need to say and what you need to do and how to be politically correct and aware and your social consciousness and your own self confidence and your own self awareness. So everyone's got an opinion, which is really, it's exhausting at the end of the day, right? Can you imagine having to raise a child, right? But also then have to worry about all those opinions as well. It's not just opinions, but again, you want to be like as a human being, like you want to be the best version of yourself playing a certain role. So as a parent, you care for your child, right? So you want to be the best parent, you want the best for your child as well. Okay. But my thing was really about like the way that you're supposed to raise kids. I found that's quite interesting. Uh and we a lot of parents are actually they scared. They scared of their kids. When I say they're scared of their kids, they don't want to take a step forward. They're scared of what the child, it might have an impact on them. They're scared of what the child may do, then it's on them. I'm saying it's like this direct blame on them. People forget about, the fact that we're born with certain personalities. You're going to go through certain things. Like your parents can be absolutely perfect or absolutely the worst. And that has a marginal, I would say, effect on who you are. Yes, true, right? We are affected by our parents or I say our parental, whoever takes that parental role within our life. But it's a lot. It's a big extreme to expect that, and be kind of caged in as a parent. You're caging yourself in. Some of the information, I'm going to read some of the article so we can start getting into a bit of a mind frame. I see what I can actually pull from here. And then I'll pull that into, what I consider. Go to the Word document. I'll start off with a bit of an intro, a bit of a hook. Right. Okay. So on a recent Monday, my son didn't want to go to school. The straps of his bicycle helmet were too loose or possibly too tight. And because he is 4, this was a catastrophe that simply could not be born. he informed me through tears that he would be not be leaving the house, and neither would I nor his baby brother, who was already strapped to my chest and ready to go to daycare. They would neither go, right? And then he lay down on his bed with his shoes and refused to move. As a millennial parent in 2023 with a phone and a medium Instagram addiction, I had a lot of advice at my fingertips for handling such a situation. Authoritative parenting, a calm but firm style characterized by clear boundary setting, would probably dictate that I explain to my child without raising my voice that his behavior was not okay when we needed to go to school. And I tried this. That is a red flag for me. I'm like, yeah, again, so this is where my opinion will definitely start coming in because a child needs to understand like the difference between, especially because they're busy learning. A 4-year child is definitely, obviously impressionable. And the thing is that like this child needs to know like when mom is upset or when mom is angry or when mom is trying to help or when mom is being comforting. Like you gotta raise your voice, man. You gotta take some action, or whatever it may be, right? Advocates of gentle parenting, a more recent trend that discourages rewards and timeouts in favor of trying to understand the feelings behind the child's behavior, might suggest I ask my son why he didn't want to go to school. I tried this too. Some of the homeschooling influences I see on my feeds might suggest that I pull the kid out of pre-K entirely and go live in the woods. I won't say I didn't think about it. I probably have could have tried some tricks from devotees, excuse me, of free range parenting, French parenting, or tiger parenting. Schools of thought Jessica Grows on of the New York Times mentioned in a recent rundown, but I was getting pretty exhausted of being exhausted. Let's quickly see where she went. The fact that none of my tactics worked and I was all fruitlessly begging, bribing, and ordering my son out of the bed half an hour past school drop off time illustrates an age old truth about parenting. It is hard, confusing work, and we are often eager for people to tell us how in the world to do it. Right. Let's continue reading. It's very important to know a little bit more, right? Okay. So we can see the context of what we might decide is an angle, a great angle, right? To parents, it can seem like a new child rearing trend or rearing trend, excuse me, a child rearing trend pops up every few years. It's true, complete with new buzzwords and new ways to screw up. Each parenting philosophy presents itself as the definitive way to raise happy, well-adjusted, hardworking kids. The advice that we get, however, is often both more and less than what we bargain for. The effect can be dizzying, and we're doing and are doing gentle parenting now, so are we doing gentle parenting, excuse me, or what? Indeed, child rearing advice tends to be cyclic, right, and reactionary, with each trend reversing what came before. And this is super true. You know that just of the world. Like every trend goes and opposes another trend before that and another trend before that. That's what growth is. I understand it, but damn, like you're trying to like just live a life, man. Can we live? Right. Okay, so I wanted to I'm not going to read the entire article. I mean, currently, right now, and there's nice facts about like the 80s and the 1840s and 1830s, the rise of women's magazines that I'm not a journalist. Oh, I'm not a writer. Promulgated. There we go. Promulgated. You have to say things out loud so you own them. Promulgated, right? The idea of the moral mother, the pure and a purus, right? A woman who operates from her sphere of influence, which is the domestic sphere. Oh boy. I'm not really interested in that or what that might bring. I'm going to look at, let's say, a couple of, hopefully, there are some sedimented trends here. Look further, broad consensus. among experts in the days of an Albert experiment. Okay, for the 21st century, experts do tend to acknowledge that fathers exist. Yeah, true. Um, so definitely the father's role is important. True, it's fine. But not exactly what I am looking for. I'm looking for like this whole thing about being afraid of kids or just going out and doing what you feel is right, I suppose, right? Um, a lot of information here. Good standpoint. I'm gonna first start there. I'm gonna go look at some more because I'm not really finding what I want. Okay, so I'm gonna say here what are the most common things that other people will tell you uh, about raising your kid, about raising your child. Right. All right. Most popular for how parents can raise a good child. For I talked to 70 parents who raised accomplished children. Models, scientists, parents are successful now. No, I want other people's opinions. 30 things mean a lot to a kid. 5 ways to help your kids' future success. Boring, 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 boring. What are the most common things? Other, okay. Um, let's see. Maybe there's something in news. Kids who do these 12 things highlight sensitive brains. Do parents today raise kids differently from their own upbringing? I think that might be interesting. I talked to nope, stop that. 11 reasons to choose. Oh, not to have kids. Ooh, interesting. That could be also a great angle. I mean, oh, sure, great angle is like it's hard to know that you are someone that doesn't want kids, and doesn't have to deal with the opinions of both yourself or someone else. Right, again, but we are looking at it. I'm looking at, oh, that could also apply. Let me see. Let me just see. Just in case. Still not looking for what okay, let me just see. I'm just going to read this quickly. Okay, the top five things other parents will tell you you to do with your child. Come on, man. Someone's gonna pop up. Nice. Parents give to their child. I must want 17 style teacher about child. Oh, come on. You're telling me there's people who don't have an opinion. Communicating with babies. Blah, blah, blah. Ooh, 12 ways to mess up your kids. Nice. That is a bit old there. Science says most successful kids parenting, doctors, parenting, children, too. No. At home, every child. This may be boring you, but this is how you prep, right? Okay, so where you find, if I, maybe I can get the more directing out of YouTube, right? Come on, man. So YouTube, excuse me, there's like if I can't find it here, maybe I can find it there. Let me see what I can search for here. Okay, people's uh other people telling you how to raise your child. Let me just see what I can write. Raise your child. There we go. Come on. Gotta be something, yeah. Facebook, that's everything. Not Facebook. Okay. How to raise your the kids you actually like. That's pretty funny. Uh, okay. Parents raise children before you raise raise yourself. Well, that's pretty cool. How to raise your smarter children. Stop saying good job. Montessori parents praise their kids. Oops. Dealing with clients. Maybe it's just not something that's um uh, okay. How to stop listening, maybe listening, yeah, listening to other people when raising your own child, right? Better. Come on, man. Come on. Calmness. How to deal with your stubborn child. Use methods to get your child to listen and behave. Parent mistakes that ruin a child's growth. Oof, now we're going into a void here. Uh, the toddler. I do love TED Talks, right? Risk without over parenting. Uh, that's pretty cool, I suppose. Tantrums forever. Uh, okay. It seems that my particular approach might actually not work directly. I'd have to actually change it. So, I don't know. My thing would be, uh, hmm, gotta think about this now. Let's look at this. Sorry, I find it funny because again, just at the title, the 12 ways to mess up your kids, right? So that this one can actually kind of work for me. You know, are you kidding me? I don't want to sign in. But okay, ways you can mess up your kids, whatever. No, that's all right, kids. Okay, eight ways to mess up your kids. Well, that's much better. This is a little bit better. Um, mess up your kids uh, for small things. I could take this. Okay, I might be getting somewhere with this. Actually, and then I'm gonna go to news. Yeah, normally go look at the news. Always, this is a great way to start things. Five things seriously mess up your kids. So, five small things. Huh? Okay, let's go look at this one. Yeah. Let's see. You probably think that you're helping. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, this is tying in quite nicely into maybe what I want to say. Okay, let's look at the five things. I'm going to play some audio. Just give me a second. I just want to see. Um, so when I do play some audio, hold on a second. I'm just going to share this again. So I'm going to say share screen, but I do want to include. I'm going to share the sound. All right, here we go. Let's listen. Not too old though.
A few years ago, a student came up to me after the second day of my class on parenting and child development. She hesitated for a second, and then she confessed, "I'm really interested in this material, but I was hoping your class would help me to become a better parent if I have kids someday." She was disappointed. We were going to talk about how parents do not have control in shaping who their children become. She jumped to the conclusion that my class wouldn't help her. I was caught off guard. Would confronting the science of parenting and child development not be relevant to being a good parent? I hope that my class changed her mind. Parents want what's best for their children. Young and old parents, rich and poor, married and divorced. And parenting books promise to show how to achieve the best outcomes, to address the difficult decisions that parents face every day, and in the process, to reveal why each of us turned out the way we did. The problem is that parenting books send conflicting messages. Tiger parenting or free-range parenting? Parent like the Dutch to raise the happiest kids in the world? Or like the Germans to raise self-reliant children? The one consistent message is that if your child isn't succeeding, you're doing something wrong. There's good news though. the science supports a totally different message that is ultimately empowering. Trying to predict how a child will turn out based on choices made by the parents is like trying to predict a hurricane from the flap of a butterfly's wings.
That's cool.
Do you know the butterfly? The proverbial one that flaps its wings in China, perturbing the atmosphere just enough to shift wind currents that make their way to the skies over tropical white beaches.
I'm loving this. This is great. So now I'm on a much better track. I'm definitely going to start with this here. I'm going to show you now. So I'll show you, I'll tell you why listening, watching the YouTube video, particularly in this case. I mean, you must go watch more. Always remember, read more, watch more, speak more, know more, right? Okay. Right. So what I would do, okay, is I would first immediately I would take, let's say, these five. Okay. Oh, you hired a tutor. I'm gonna take a five. I'm gonna run it down. You're gonna see now in just a moment. Just gonna copy and paste. And a lot of really annoying things. Stress perfect tension. Okay. Oh shivert. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna copy that. Okay. And I'm gonna start writing the beginning of this particular story. Okay. I'm gonna come back again. I've got a pause share. Just got to stop the share. I'm gonna come back now to just my Word document. Right. Okay. All right. So let's say I'm gonna say this is I'll just give it I'm gonna give it a title. You know, we're going to use the title to be able to introduce, let's say, ourselves and to the topic itself. So, okay, is there, is there a yeah, uh, a better way to not to yeah to raise to not mess up mess up your kids, right? Uh, okay, I'll start with my hook in just a moment. What I need, I'm gonna just paste this here. And I'm gonna start getting the information that I only want, right? So let's see here. Okay, okay. I'm gonna start like for example, I'm gonna take like now I'm gonna take these 5 points, so I'll use them as a base for like the informal. We can't have 5 pages. That's insane for length. Like, so you stress perfect attendance. If your kid's sick, they shouldn't be in school. It's bad for them, and it spreads disease. And if you're an interesting learning opportunity comes up that conflicts with school, it might be something worse. Something worse. Missing school or in the words of Jack Rossi, received this note after his kids, dear Madam Principal. Okay, while I appreciate your concern for our children's education, I can promise you they are learning. They promise you they learned as much in the 5 days we were in Boston as the entire school in the year. Okay, we really don't need that, right? We could if we wanted to really go in a certain direction, right? I think stressing perfect attendance uh is really enough. It's quite clear. What I would do is I'd probably just bold that right there, right, for myself. Let's look at number 4. What can you do instead? Blah blah blah. Let's go number 4 here. You help out with homework. Okay. Oof, no, that's a terrible thing to do. You're not a tutor, so it's okay for you to help your child with their homework. When they are a kid, man, that is important, right? When they are like 5, 6, 4, 4, I mean, you want to help them so they can get into a bit of a. So I'm going to write that for myself, right? So definitely one of the things. So I'm going to say it in bold. I normally do it in caps anyway, right? The things that I want to say. This is important, all right, to show okay, your young child, aged between 4 to maybe even 8 years old, right? Okay, a a work ethic for one. So being able to sit down, figure things out, problem solve, like problem solving, right? Take challenges. Okay, um, accept responsibility. Like for example, like you've got homework, you've got a duty to do, you've got something to do. Go and do it. I want to go do it. That type of thing. And also, right? Like it creates another level of bond, right? Of bonding, right? Between you as a caregiver, right? And confidant, right? Confidant is a confident, right? Okay, confident, right? Confidant, right? It's not confident. It's not with an e. So it's confidant, right? So let me just see what they say here. 20. So those are just okay. More message was blah blah blah. So these links are okay. These are just links I can just take out. Let me just see if there's anything of value here. They look for the books, toys, kits, museums, and other non-academic ways to support their interests. That's cool. Okay, so valuable learning happens outside the classroom. That's nice thing to say there. You know, Cheetah, so it's okay for you to help your child with their homework, right? Wrong. Yes. Okay. Definitely. So this is the thing. Okay. Um, so what I would do, uh, I don't believe in you. I don't think yes, you can do your own work. Oh, that's very good. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so it's important for child 4 to 8, right? Work ethic, problem solving. Like I say, that yes, my points I still stand by, and yes, I believe in you doing your own stuff. From then onwards, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna put it here because that's what I want to say. From then onwards, yeah, okay. From then onwards, your child don't do not, yeah. Onwards, it's a fine line. It's a fine line between you, okay, being a cop out, being a cop out. Okay, a cop out for a whiny kid, a whiny non self sufficient sufficient right kid. All right, okay, kid. What to do instead? Could possibly want to put that in, maybe. Okay, like for example, I like the idea of taking them out, like here, look for toys, right? Kids, museums. I love that. I always do that. I don't. I'm guessing my nephew hates me for that. I don't think he does. I always buy science kits and always buy little like build a planet or whatever it is. I don't. I can see he's not a toy kid. Like doesn't really look after and look after. Doesn't he's not like me when I was a child. Like I wanted toys, man. I wanted like action figures. But will be interested in these types of things, right? I want to keep again. So the link is not too long, right? Okay. Um, see, interesting. It might be something with okay. So if interesting opportunity comes up. Okay, I'll just put a full stop there just to make this correct. Now, I'm not even done yet. Again, I'm going to take more of this out. Okay, let's look at option 3. I'm going to pick, let's say, 3 things that make sense. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so you're hyper vigilant about making sure that your kids don't get hurt. Yeah, oh my word. So this is deal. I'm all for this, man. Not too high, not too rough. Put the stick down. Don't chase after your brother with a knife. This is referring to my sister. No, wait, that was me. I ran after her. Never mind. Like there, I need some discipline. But she hated me. It's fine. Uh, um, kids. Anyway, if this sounds like you need to pause. Right, and it's yeah. So this is cool. Remind yourself that playgrounds are designed for kids, right? Unless there's something very dangerous in the vicinity, right? So my thing here, so here's my opinion with this. If it is dangerous, 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 it's inhumane. So like they are doing bad things like I don't know, like kicking a bunny or they're stamping out ants, like they're doing something horrible and malicious, like inhumane. or again, or again, a threat to their, I would say, their healthy, their health, uh, or I say, what's I say, mind, like mindset, yeah, and then step in, yeah, then step in, obviously, then step in, right? I'm gonna take all the rest. Search by users picture are exceedingly rare. Um, so I would include maybe that. Okay, we are not going to put the fact that people who play who sometimes maybe die. Okay, we'll take all that out so you can see it slowly. My content's taking some form here. I'm going to change just because it's about length. I'm just going to say here. Where's the spacing, man? See, nothing there. No, I can actually put in points. All right, I'll make it a little smaller. All right, yeah, okay, and my word, and also, I just want to add here, also, your child becomes too afraid, becomes too afraid, too afraid to learn to swim, learn to swim, like to swim, um, learn to swim, for example, enjoy, let's say, enjoy an after school, I don't know, like a party or whatever it is with friends, with friends, becomes become and can be and can become socially awkward, socially, socially debilitated. I think that's the spelling for it. Whenever I was spelling debilitated, I would go and check the spelling. Okay, so more information. Let's try to cut this down, make it short. I've got enough information here. I'm coming in. Let's see what number 2 is. You hire a tutor. Other parents are doing it, doing this, so why shouldn't you, right? Okay, that's one of the 4 reasons are the worst thing. Uh, a tutor that isn't necessary, man. This is what I was going to say, man. A tutor is not necessary. The child must learn how to do, like, they must learn how to achieve and succeed at their own. If they have a problem, like if they have a problem, actually, like a learning disability, they're struggling with maths, you can see that they're failing or whatever it is, then like hire them or like a tutor, but this, I don't want to really add this in. I'm going to be honest, it's not really important for me. Okay. I would change the numbering. No. In just a second. I just want to see how much I'm going to use from this article, right? Just want to see. Number 1. Okay. So answer your children's questions. Okay. You answer your children's questions. Okay. Let me do um 5 small things. Okay, bold. Okay, so how many times have you heard the cliche saying that children are naturally curious? Indeed, anyone who's raised a first grader is too familiar with the never-ending questions of like, how does a toilet, what is a toilet? Something that your child needs to learn. Obviously, all of us need to. Resist temptation to answer the question. While it can be tiring, most parents embrace these questions as a chance to teach their children by answering their questions about plants, animals, etc., etc. Right? Birthmark. Sorry. Okay. Instead, redirect the question back to the child. That's very clever. Okay, that's cool. Okay. All right. So that's cool. I'm gonna take Sean walk them through a process, right? Um, so I'm gonna take that little piece there, and again, this is becoming content that's far too much, right? Okay. So say walk them through the process, uh, and this is big for their creativity. Okay, so here is so yeah, I've got some great thoughts in there. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna obviously make that instead of numbering them, I'm going to just take this out. 4, right? Okay, 5. Okay, all right. Yeah, content piece. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna again. When I go to air, I'm not gonna talk about this. It's far too long. It's far too long, right? So what I would do is then I would decrease this even more because I still want to again put in. So for example, here, okay, all right. My thing is I would say, okay, I would start mine off and be like, in 2023, okay, in 2023, in 2023, no parent is safe, okay, from the world's opinions, and yeah, and contributions they didn't ask for. They did not ask for, ask for on how to raise the perfect child. That is my hook, right? So that is I'm gonna put this here, put this here. So my hook would be a nice opening like that, right? Okay, remember what the hook does? Grab some attention. Okay, the perfect child. Again, I put this in just for this is my preference. I just put these things in capitals. Okay, when it's my own opinion, right? All right, make sure that our spelling is correct, just for the submission, please. Okay, all right, how to raise a perfect child. Right, okay. I'm going to look for a particular stat. So, for example, give me stats about about raising kids. About I don't know. Uh, yeah, new stats about raising kids. Let's see what comes up. Let me see there. Okay, trends. Then from oh no, yeah, okay, let's from gender neutral parenting to different from yeah, okay, it's oh my word, yeah. Okay, so you're still in the Word document, right? Okay, okay. So from neutral parenting, neutral parenting to tiger parenting, tiger parenting. Okay, to tiger parenting, right? Gender neutral parenting, gender neutral. Okay, there's a way. There is a new approach to on to better raise your child, better raise your child. Okay, with every month that passes, that passes, right? My initial thing was, we are in sensory sensor. I'll check the spelling at the end. Sensory overload. What's in sensory overload? Okay, as people, never mind parents, as people. So I'm going to start with what I was discussing with you in the beginning. As people, mind parents, never mind parents, never mind parents. Okay, and I would start just asking questions and like, in your everyday, in your experience, with raising your own child, raising your own child, your child. Um, I'm quite confident. I'm confident in saying that you have 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 yeah, overloaded, uh, overloaded yourself, yeah, overloaded. No, that's not the right thing to say. Confident saying, an experience in your experience with raising your own child, uh, you've already, you've already, you've al- you've al- 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 already, you've already got traditional parenting, traditional, traditional parenting semantics overload, like, like, uh, uh, like, like, uh, yeah, um, uh, dietary, diet, dietary. That sound that dietary, dietary, right? Like dietary problem solving. Okay. Schooling, schooling. Um, okay. Yeah. How to dress, I don't know, dress a child. Dress, uh, how to, no, how to maybe. Uh, uh, I don't know. Evaluate a budget, a lifetime budget. Okay, uh, that uh, well, that allows you to provide for okay this child too long. Just gonna save this on my desktop quickly. Give me a second. It's a long lesson, man. Okay. Okay, and what should guess? So I'm gonna say just one S1 question one, H excuse me, radio, G3 brief, okay, brief, okay, example, one, okay, right. So this is where I'm gonna put, let's say the crumbs. These are the crumbs, okay, the crumbs. I'm leading them up to, okay, I came across an article that is, okay, I came across an article on Your Tango, on a site called Your Tango. I would say, we want to know who wrote this. Just give me a second, I'm just going to write down an article, author. Okay, there we go. All right, an article. Here we go. I'm going to come back to the. All right, so yeah, there's an article written. Okay, is an article. Is no is an article. Okay, written. So this is the dress up, right? Written by. I'm just gonna paste it here. That there. Okay, Albert Glasrud. All right, so I'm going to go find the pronunciation for that. Albert Glasrud. Glasrud, right, is a psychologist and an education consultant at Paved with Verbs. She also runs the Happy Talents, a blog about social and leisure skills development. And she wrote an article on five small things, on small things. We didn't use the five small things you do that seriously mess up your kids. So you know this for a fact. I'm now kind of like practicing the execution a little bit right here. And here I am going to be like, this is what do we say? The dress up, right? The dress up. Why is it the dress up? Not only does it have the information, but it also has my opinions included in between. Okay. All right. So I'm going to just cut this off here. Payoff. The payoff is right. Okay. I would ask. Okay. Yeah. How have you? Okay. Yeah. How have you the payoff is normally the question, the call to action. Let's go with that. And if we go back to like the actual, so the S1, embrace the glum, and you embracing the glum. We're now going to, we showed the conflict, definitely. Established the premise, definitely, of how parents are struggling. We showed the conflict, different opinions, everything is there, whatever it is. You always like, you don't know where to listen to next, or whatever. And then obviously I gave a lot of detail, embracing a bit of the glum information that's there, my opinion that's in there. And now I want to go and I want to resolve this conflict. Okay, so how have you blocked out, okay, the the outside white noise of over informing, over informing yourself, right? Yourself with the next with the next trends, the next trends on how to raise your child, all right, your child, um the right way. Have you found have you has has this already found you losing your way, losing your way, your focus, and the cause and effect, the cause and effect, effect, okay, of the way of how you are raising, raising your child. Okay, okay. Raising your child. Sorry, question mark there. Okay. What I would say in closing. Before I obviously just get to the blackout. The blackout. I'm just gonna write already, right? Okay. So the blackout is okay. Call me now on 011 whatever it is 883. I think, what is the school's number? What is it? 0933, something like that, right? Or WhatsApp me voice note me voice note or text voice note or message on. I'm just gonna say my number here: 072643 643 5 5 0 2. Okay, let's help each other out. Okay, let's help each other out. I want the blackout. Okay, by okay by decluttering, getting rid of kid clutter, kid raising clutter, kid raising, kid child raising clutter, no, kid raising clutter. I like that. Of what I'm calling kid raising clutter. Uh, okay, that is complicating, 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 complicating your life, but also, is a detriment to you as a parent, and to detriment to your parenting, right? Okay, so parenting. So I'm going to consider that the blackout. The blackout normally happens anyway. Actually, at the end of I'm saying end of a piece is where I would put that, right. Okay, put this here. And again, I will share this. Gone through the process. You've seen what I'm going through, right? You understand? Okay, I'm going to save this. I like that as well. All right. I just want to. So okay, I'm gonna go through. I want to do the actual link. I just want to make sure that I am just familiar with everything that I've written here. Indeed, blah blah blah. Okay, you asked each other. Okay, first grade, familiar. I just want to kind of time what I've got. So I want to put this down into 3 minutes as well. So I've got my clock here. I need a timer. Uh, timer. Ooh, give me 3 minutes here. Ooh, cruelty. Okay. So I've set 3 minutes here. Make sure that okay, so all right. Okay, so in 2023, no parent is safe from the world's opinions and contributions. The world has to constantly give you, give you, give you. All right, okay, I'm ready. I think I'm ready. All right. Answering your kids' questions. Okay. Ava Glassrud. I'm gonna make it sound fancy anyway. An article, a psychologist. Okay. So, since you're overload, never mind parents that are, never mind parents, as people, never mind, in your experience with raising, again, I'm just, no, that's not right. Raising, right? Your own child. You already got traditional parenting semantics, my spelling, overload, like dietary problem solving, dietary problems, dietary problem solving, say obstacles, 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 maybe like dietary, so maybe better. Schooling, how to reevaluate a lifetime budget that allows you to provide for this child. Then this article that has been written. Again, we don't want the numbers, right? I'm going to go through some of them. I'm going to go through. Might not even use. I'll look for because I'm looking at the time. I might actually use all of the prep that I've got here. So maybe I can even cut that down a little bit more. I want to make sure that my opinion is in here. Uh, uh, I think this one is, cut that out as well. It's not necessary. Okay. Different ways that these are big things. I can tell you right now. Why not? I'm going to add, but I'm going to make it a lot simpler for you. Okay, let's try this. Okay, let me try this. Do it in 3 minutes. Okay. All right, this is BMX Radio, and you are with Chris Jordan. I am in. Nope, nope. I'm sorry. That's right. So just do this quickly. No, this is better. Sorry. I'm just working with this little app here. All right, yeah, okay. Here we go. All right, it is 50 minutes past 1 o'clock. This is BMH Radio. Chris Jordan with you today. And we are coming to the end of 2023. Man, it's been yet another year. For parents, man, in 2023, I'm telling you right now, man, the world is not your oyster. The world is your battlefield. It is not safe for you to be a parent and a public parent in any kind of, I say, context, right? People, like the entire world, is contributing to your parenting style and your parenting approaches and your parenting ethics, whatever it may be, from things like gender neutral parenting to tiger parenting. There's always like a new approach to better raise your child with every month that passes. So like you as a person are in sensory overload, never mind you as a parent. And when you raise a child, man, you've got to think about things like just their diet, their schooling, how to reevaluate your entire lifetime budget, because now you got to pay for someone for at least, I don't know, 18 to 20 years. Come on, man. There's an article that I did come across. It's actually really cool, and it's going to help you out in like clearing the clutter. It's written by Eva Glassrud. She's a psychologist, education consultant, and it is all about how you can avoid messing up your child. Yes, another one of those particular articles, but really nice and to kind of like foundate yourself, find your just find your footing once again as a parent. This is to I'm just reaffirming what you are doing, what you have been thinking of doing is actually correct. For example, if your child is normally young children are very, very inquisitive. They want to know about everything and anything, which is great. I love it. I love a child that wants to know more about plants and animals and cars and toilets and how everything works, right? But you know what? Instead of giving them every single answer to everything, you might be thinking you're doing the same, like the right thing for them. Try and change the way that you are interacting with your child, right? So, like retracting that particular question as your responsibility, but perhaps maybe giving it to them and saying, like, that's a great question, Chris. Well, what's your, like, I wouldn't say hypotheses that's not for the child, right? What do you think that truck actually does? Or why do you think that woman is behaving in that way, right? The other thing that parents like we have a bit of a definitely it's like that helicopter parenting, right? Is when you are super hyper vigilant, excuse me, right? Vigilant about the what happens to your kids. So don't go too fast, don't go too high, not so rough, whatever. Put that stick down or whatever, right? Man, this is dangerous. Okay, it can sometimes. No, sorry, it is dangerous. Finished, right? Because you're not letting your child and like breathe and understand that they can take actual very safe risks by I don't know attending like a friend's party without you having to be there or in any way that might socially debilitate them, right? There is danger, right? There is obviously a danger, like if they start acting in an inhumane way, or again, it's they act in a way that threatens their health or their mindset as a human being. Then that's when you got to step in, right? Even when it comes to like homework, right? It's not you should not be helping them with their homework. Yes, as a child that's 4, maybe 8 years old, you are coming in there as one, a caregiver, a confidant, someone that they can rely on, but you're teaching them work ethics, problem solving, like how to accept responsibility. Like a teacher is giving them a task, they want to go and be responsible, like tune out like a bit of obviously like a result, right? Whatever it may be, right? From then onwards, from then onwards, like it's a fine line between being a cop out as a child and a whiny child at that doesn't want to become self-sufficient. Anyway, right. So have you blocked out the outside white noise, like so the world as it is, or over informing yourself with the next trend on how to raise your child the right way? Has this already found you losing your own way, your focus, and the cause and effect of how you do actually raise your child? So have you been there and been sitting and saying, what am I actually doing, man? I'm listening to everyone else and I'm not listening to myself. I want you to give me a call on 011-883-0933, or you can WhatsApp me or voice note me, message me, right, on 072-643-5502. And let's help each other out. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do kid raising clutter, right? We're going to get rid of that. That is complicating your life, but also it's actually a detriment to you as a parent and a detriment to your parenting. Call me now. Again, 011-883-0933. WhatsApp on 072-643-5502. How have you today blocked out all the noise that comes in from everybody else, right? And found a way not to mess your child up, right? So that's a really long link. It's 6 minutes. I would have to definitely cut that down. So what I would do, and I know you are tired, man. This is just one link. I would, hmm, think this didn't come out too well. If it is dangerous or inhumane, yeah, that's I think that's a given. So I need to cut off a little bit of that. I want to cut that out. I didn't mention it. Helping out with homework. I would just do this. I would cut this out because I don't want to mention it anyway. Okay, right. I would definitely go and I'd practice that one more again. I wasn't too happy. It wasn't a bad link. Just stumbled over a couple of words. I'd rather actually go do it one more time, go rehearse it, make sure that my tongue is a little bit more looser, right? And my English is on point. I think this took a lot of time, definitely, right? Okay. Um, so, yeah, that definitely took a lot longer than I thought. Man, the opening was a little bit too. What I was saying, not mess up your kids. Right. Okay. There's a new way, a new approach. Okay. Classes, and I want to just kind of emphasize here. Okay. And this is and this is how you are messing up your child. This is how, so we get their attention with a bit of crumbs there, right? That they didn't ask, no parent, okay, no parent is safe from the world's opinions and contributions that they didn't ask for, and how to raise their perfect child. And this, I'd rather put this here. That makes more sense, right? Fix that. Right. Okay. This makes better sense there. All right. All right, so this is a nice crumb. Yeah, I like that. That's still right. That's good. And then the dress up. Right. Okay. Small things you do that seriously mess up your kids. Okay, I like that one over there. All right. All right. So I do hope that you have learned something. I would definitely I need to cut this down. Definitely need to cut this down to a 3 minute length, right? So I would have to half it, perhaps maybe only use. I've got so what I could do, which you don't have to do for the assignment, right? Okay, is I would, for example, I would take, let's say, this out. Yeah, let's say I'll take that out. Okay, now this is going to be better. Right, and then what would happen is in my, let's say when I do take, let's say there's a second link. So I'm just going to say link two, right? Okay, it's link two. I would recap, right? Uh, a recap. Okay, we are looking, today. Remember, we still need hooks. Today is the day you take full control on saying, I know what I am doing as a parent, doing as a parent, right? And I will not mess up my child. All right. We are going to take some voice notes, right? I would normally in a prep I'd play a V note, obviously have a response, right? Okay. And then I would normally include this like as an extra bit of information before I do a bit of a closer, right? Okay, a closer to the actual excuse me, the actual link itself. Okay, but this doesn't form part. I'm looking at ways to cut this link down. I think I could get this definitely as one page only if I don't blab on too long, right? And I get, so in 2023, parent is safe from the world's opinions and contributions. Yes, right. So what I would rather do here is I put it into points. Okay, they didn't ask for, right? Okay, from gender based. Okay, we are essentially never mind as parents, but I'll put that as a different thought. You've already got traditional semantics. Okay, in your experience with raising your own child, you've already got your own traditional parenting semantics overload, right? Okay, um, semantics overload. So that's just on how to. That's yeah. So So just the basics, just the actual basics, the actual basics. You're like, Chris, can this never end? No, basics of raising a child, raising raising your child. Uh, actual basics like how to feed how and what to feed your child, what to feed your child tonight, your child today. That's better. That's nice. That's quick. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Right. So definitely. Stress up, small things are there. You answer child's questions. Could be this. Okay. Or, okay. So I'm going to do this one more time. I'm going to try this so I can see that I can get this in a link that's a bit shorter. All right. All right, welcome back to BMH Radio. This is Chris Jordan with you till 4 o'clock today. In 2023, no parent is actually safe from the world's opinions. No person is safe from the world's opinions and their contribution on your life, man. But a parent is exposed to what they didn't ask for, which is how to raise the perfect child, man. And everything that you decide to take more and more and more and more as advice or as a contribution of information is actually a way that you can contribute to how to mess your child up. And that's what we want to try and avoid today, and want to get your experiences in of what you've gone through in terms of, like, I don't know, difficulties of understanding how to, again, filter information that you do get, what you do actually use to parent well. Okay. From gender neutral parenting to tiger parenting, there's a new approach to better raise your child with every single month that passes, right? So you sensory overload. I came across this article. It's written by Eva Glass-Rott. She's a psychologist and an education consultant, right? And she writes a few good points about how to know for definite that you are actually messing up any type of growth with your child. So the obvious ones come to mind, which is one about like being hyper vigilant about making sure that your kids don't get hurt by saying things like not too fast, not too high, not so rough. Please put the stick down. Don't do this, whatever it is. Like, your child is going to be afraid to learn how to even swim, enjoy like I don't know, non-parented social, I would say, interaction with friends. They're going to be sexually debilitated at the end of the day. The other one is, for example, and this is something I didn't even know. Like, when your child asks you a question, I'm sure, like, if I had a kid and they were like 4, 5, 6, I'd find it quite endearing and cute, man. Like, if you want to know how a plant like grows, or how an animal makes a sound, or a toilet works, I want to answer those questions, right? But apparently, it's better to engage the child, and I can totally see the understanding, or the, obviously the logic behind this, right? So you would go and say, okay, Chris, what do you think? Like, why do you think that animal has fur and that animal flies, or whatever it is? And you become more of an engaging and, I say, more captivating, but definitely you're definitely helping that child's growth, and obviously their progress, just as a little tiny little human being, right? Your child, right, is your responsibility, not the world's, right? At the end of the day, I want to know whether you've blocked out the outside white noise from the world, the over information, the next trend. However you have done this, I want to know now. You can give me a call on 011-883-0933, or give me a WhatsApp voice note on 0726435502. And let's help each other. I want to get rid of this kid raising clutter that's complicated your life and your child's life. It also could be a detriment to you as a parent, a detriment to your parenting. Tell me how you found focus and like your own recipe to raising your child correctly. This is BMH Radio. I'm Chris Jordan. Let's chat. Okay. So this is nicer. That one's 3 minutes 40 seconds. I can still cut it down. I was carrying on a little bit too much with a little bit of repetition up here, but I think you get the gist. Okay. All right. So that's the end of the recording. I hope you learned something. And yes, radio is a lot of work. All right.